This morning, there's a new warning for parents and kids about energy drinks. Maybe you've seen Prime Energy on social media.
Yeah, Brandy Smith explains why the drink is getting so much negative attention. Schools are actually banning it.
It's like swallowing perfume. What is that? What is that?
Morning, Prime Energy is the new drink from YouTube sensation Logan Paul. The drink has more than 339 million video views, but it also has more caffeine than you'd find in a couple of cups of coffee.
Once celebrated as Logan Paul's path to a billion-dollar empire, Prime is now facing its most serious downfall yet. From a tangled legal battle with its own manufacturer, to a public clash with Lionel Messi, and even a sharp warning from the International Olympic Committee, things have spiraled fast. Now, the FDA has launched an investigation, and health experts are raising serious concerns about the drink's ingredients, particularly when it comes to teenagers. Prime's value has crashed to an all-time low, and Logan Paul, who once saw it as his ticket to billionaire status, is now staring down the possibility of losing everything. In today's video, we're diving deep into the jaw-dropping downfall of what was once a global powerhouse, the Prime Empire. Let's get into it. It seems like there's a playbook every A-list celebrity follows once they reach the top: launch a brand. Mr. Beast gave us Feastables, Rihanna built Fenty, and Logan Paul, he bet big on Prime. Prime was the brainchild of two social media titans, Logan Paul and KSI. With their massive followings and unmatched online influence, they didn't just launch a drink, they ignited a global frenzy. People weren't chasing Prime for the taste, they were chasing the hype. It was influencer marketing at its most powerful, and it worked. You'd see those brightly colored bottles everywhere, on streamer desks, courtside at NBA games, in dugouts, on the ice, and across soccer fields. Music, they talk to me, got my Prime bottle out, baby, Prime up, man. Within months of its launch, Prime stormed into the U.S. sports market like a force of nature. Retail sales hit $37.6 million in just 1 year, a number that shook the giants like Gatorade and Powerade. It looked like Prime was unstoppable, especially after landing a headline partnership with the UFC. But beneath the glossy surface was something far less impressive. It wasn't about superior ingredients or revolutionary hydration. Prime became a luxury item thanks to calculated scarcity and relentless hype. For Logan Paul, Prime wasn't just a brand, it was his golden ticket to billionaire status. He said it himself, over and over, this is the big play. With the CryptoZoo scandal still hanging over his name, Prime became the comeback plan, a brand that could redeem his image and refill his wallet. Let's be real, Prime didn't go viral because of its nutritional profile. It didn't win over athletes because of cutting-edge science. It won because of celebrity clout. Logan Paul, a master of reinvention, dove into the WWE, reshaping his image as a legit athlete. This wasn't some publicity stunt. It was part of a larger plan, to align Prime with the global sports world. And at first, it worked like magic. Prime landed deals with pro teams, signed athletes, and was marketed as the go-to drink for hydration, recovery, and performance. But once the buzz faded, people started looking at the fine print, the ingredients, and the questions began. Powerade is high in sodium, low in potassium. Prime, high in potassium, low in sodium. When you sweat, you're losing mostly water and salt. So which one's actually replenishing you? Not Prime. Underneath all the flashy branding, Prime is just a brightly packaged hydration drink. The electrolytes serious athletes actually need, like sodium and magnesium, are barely present. Now, doctors and health experts are sounding the alarm. From questionable artificial sweeteners to dangerously high caffeine levels in some versions, the warnings are getting louder. Prime relies heavily on artificial sweeteners over natural sugars, and that's raised some serious eyebrows. Is this drink really as healthy as it claims to be? Recently, a U.S. senator from New York stepped into the spotlight, sounding the alarm on Prime. He's not just questioning what's inside the bottle, he's urging the FDA to launch a full investigation, especially into how Prime is being marketed to children. 200 milligrams of caffeine is a lot. For any child, that's dangerously high. It can mess with sleep, affect mood, upset the stomach, and in some cases, even cause abnormal heart rhythms. As criticism mounted, Prime's shiny image started to crack. What was once a booming empire has now entered a sharp decline, especially in its two most crucial markets, the UK and the US. In Britain, Sales of Prime Hydration plummeted from £112 million in 2023 to just £33 million in 2024, a jaw-dropping 70% drop. In the U.S., sales are down 40%. And on a global scale, revenue has collapsed by an astonishing 92%. Retailers have noticed. Major stores in several U.S. states and overseas have quietly pulled Prime from their shelves. The sold-out crowds? Gone. The hype-driven lines around the block? A thing of the past. Even schools have begun banning Prime, citing health concerns. Parents, now more informed, are choosing to steer clear, putting their kids' well-being above the buzz. But perhaps the most devastating blow? The fans, the very ones who made Prime a viral juggernaut, are starting to walk away. On social media, the tide has turned. Anti-Prime videos, memes, and brutally honest reviews are everywhere. Creators are calling out the marketing, saying, it's time to stop falling for the hype. And just when it seemed the backlash was confined to ingredients and caffeine levels, enter Lionel Messi. In late 2024, Prime found itself in a legal showdown with none other than the football legend himself. Prime Hydration filed a lawsuit against Messi's new sports drink brand, Mas Plus, accusing it of stealing their bottle design. Wait. Messi suing us for copying him? How does that even make sense? Fans were stunned. A brand built on clout and controversy had just picked a fight with one of the most beloved athletes on earth. And for Prime, it might be a battle they can't win. Refresco claims Prime breached a 3-year production agreement, walking away when sales began to slump. This wasn't just a contract dispute. It was a massive red flag exposing what many now see as Prime's deeper flaw, short-term thinking, driven by flash rather than fundamentals. Meanwhile, Prime's aggressive jabs at rivals like Gatorade and Body Armor are aging badly. Logan and KSI mocked legacy brands, painting them as outdated. They claimed Prime was the future, bold, modern, and better in every way. But Gatorade didn't just survive the attack. They thrived, quietly doubling down on quality, science, and loyalty. And now, as Prime crumbles under lawsuits, bans, and declining trust, Gatorade stands stronger than ever. Didn't Gatorade roast you online? Yeah, there was this TikTok trend where a kid crushed a Prime bottle every day until I commented. Gatorade commented, "Don't stop." And we fired back with, "That's what your mom said." That exchange, meant to be edgy, now feels like a cautionary tale. Because despite having all the modern tools for success, viral videos, influencer power, global sports sponsorships, Prime is unraveling at breakneck speed. And the reason is painfully clear. Prime was never really about the drink. It was a glossy facade built around Logan Paul's name, a business fueled by fame, not quality, a product propelled by the fleeting heat of TikTok videos, vibrant close-up shots, and the temporary frenzy of fans, not by any real value inside those bottles. Now that mask is slipping, Prime is fast becoming something people no longer trust. Some even call it toxic. The signs of collapse are glaring: lawsuits from manufacturing partners, backlash from the community, rejection by distributors, and worst of all, being forgotten. The feverish scenes of people scrambling for Prime bottles are gone on supermarket shelves. Those once coveted bottles now sit gathering dust in the bottom corner like a faded fad nobody cares to recall. This is the same brand that proudly boasted selling 1 billion bottles in 2022 alone. That number now feels like a bittersweet memory tinged with regret. And when an influencer's greatest asset is their reputation, this kind of collapse isn't just financial, it's a career ender for Logan Paul. From the crypto scam scandal to Prime's downfall, can Logan's reputation ever recover? Is his billionaire dream officially dead? Drop your thou, it was all a glossy illusion, a brand built not on quality, but on the cult of Logan Paul's fame. A product powered by TikTok hype, flashy visuals, and influencer buzz, not by what was actually inside the bottle. But now, the illusion is cracking. And behind it, a brand people are starting to distrust, even call toxic. The red flags are impossible to ignore. Lawsuits from business partners, public backlash, retailers quietly cutting ties, and worst of all, silence. The frenzy is over. No more viral stampedes in grocery aisles. Prime bottles, once trophies, now sit untouched, collecting dust in forgotten corners. This is the same brand that once bragged about moving 1 billion bottles in a single year. Today, that stat feels less like a triumph and more like a haunting reminder of a bubble that's already burst. And in the world of influencers, where reputation is everything,